Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today we'll be, reading a story about Mothman in a very, very dramatic voice. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Late in the evening of November 15th, two young married couples had a very strange encounter as they drove past an abandoned TNT plant near Point Pleasant, West Virginia. The couple spotted two large eyes that were attached to something that was shaped like a man, but bigger, maybe 6 or 7 feet tall, and it had big wings folded against its back. When the creature moved towards the plant door, the couples panicked and sped away. Moments later, they saw the same creature on a hillside near the road. It spread its wings and rose into the air, falling with their car, which by now was traveling at over 100 miles per hour. "The bird kept right up with us," said one of the group. They told Deputy Sheriff Millard Halstead. Halstead? I don't know. That it followed them down Highway 62 and right to Point Pleasant city limits. And they would not be the only ones to report the creature that night. Another group of 4 witnessed claims to see the bird 3 different times. Another sighting had more bizarre results. At about 10:30 on that same evening, Newell Partridge, a local building contractor who lived in Salem, about 90 miles away from Point Pleasant, was watching television when the screen suddenly went dark. He stated that a weird pattern filled the screen, and then he heard a loud whining noise. I'm going to say whining noise because a loud whining sound is not correct grammar, I don't believe. A loud whining noise from outside that raised in pitch and then ceased. Sorry. It sounded like a generator winding up. He later stated Bartlett's dog's Bandit began to howl out on the front porch, and Newell went out to see what's going on. When he walked outside, he saw Bandit facing the hay barn, about 150 yards away from the house. Puzzled, Partridge turned to a flashlight in the direction and spotted 2 red circles that looked like eyes or bicycle reflectors. The moving red orbs were certainly not animal eyes. By the way, if you guys are reading this with me, you'll hear me say something different than what it says, because it just doesn't sound right to say, because I'm kind of a grammar, I have a weird thing for grammar, okay? Okay. The moving red orbs were certainly not animal eyes. He believed in the sight of them frightened him. Bandit was an experienced hunting dog and protective of his territory, shot off across in the yard in pursuit of the glowing eyes. Partridge called for him to stop, but the animal paid no attention. His owner turned and went back into the house for his gun. But when but then was too scared to go back outside again. He slept that night with his gun propped up next to the bed. The next morning, he realized Bandit has disappeared. The dog had still not shown up, and 2 days later, when Partridge read in the newspapers about the sightings in Point Pleasant that night. One statement that he read in the newspaper chilled him to the bone. Roger Scarberry, one of the group who spotted the strange bird at the TNT plant, said that as they entered the city limits of Point Pleasant, they saw the body of a large dog lying on the side of the road a few minutes later. On the way back out of town, the dog was gone. They even stopped to look for the body, knowing they had passed it a few minutes before. Newell Partridge immediately thought of Bandit, who was never seen again. Oh my God. That's bad. That sucks. I know you guys are gonna laugh at me and stuff, saying, "Oh, dog dies." Oh, that sucks. I don't know what else to say, okay? My brain kind of hurts. I woke up like 4 hours ago, and I think I'm getting a little bit of a headache. Okay, let's continue anyway. Enough of my problems. Scroll back up. On November 16th, a press conference was held in the city courthouse, and the couples from the TNT plant sighting repeated their story. Deputy Halstead. I'm just going to say Halstead. Halstead? It's Halstead. I think it is. I'm going to say Halstead. Who had known the couples all their lives, took them very seriously. They've never been in any trouble, he told investigators, and had no reason to doubt their stories. Many of the reporters who were present for the weird recounting felt the same way. The news of the strange sightings spread around the world. The press dubbed the odd flying creature Mothman, a character from the popular Batman television series of the day. Oh, so Mothman came before Mothman. Oh. Mothman and Batman came before Mothman in real life. That's confusing. I don't know. The remote and abandoned TNT plant became the lair of the Mothman in the months ahead. And it could not have picked a better place to hide in. And the area was made up of several acres of woods and large concrete domes where high explosives were stored during World War II. A network of tunnels honeycombed the area and made it possible for the creature to move about without being seen. In addition to the man-made labyrinth, the area was also comprised of the McClintock Wildlife Station, a heavily forested animal preserve filled with woods, artificial ponds, and steep ridges and hills. Much of the property was most inaccessible, and without a doubt Mothman could have hidden for weeks or months and remained totally unseen. The only people who ever wandered there were hunters and fishermen and the local teenagers. Hunters, fishermen, and the local teenagers. There you go. Who used the rooted dirt, the dirt roads of the preserve as lovers' lanes. Oh, my jaw kind of hurts from saying all these words. Oh, I have a lot left, too. Oh, this might have to be a two-part, boys. I think it's gonna be a two-parter. It's gonna be a two-parter. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a two-parter. My jaw hurts. Okay, go down here.